All right, so let's pull up our daily time frame here. Yet again, already looking pretty bearish to start the day here. Already looking pretty bearish going into market open. We have our previous day low right here. And we've got our previous day high just above right here at 21,45375. Previous day high right there. All right, we've got relative to equal lows with that previous day low. We have this daily low down here. All right, so another low at 29.43. 29.43, and then we've got a few more daily lows down here, right at 27.6375, and another low just below that, all the way down here. So we've got some good sell side levels, 26.94 down there. Good morning, Mike. How you doing, man? What up, Eber? Bonjour. All right. So that's just on the daily. We do have this daily bearish fair value gap up here. If we were to see a Wednesday reversal, right, that's a classic weekly profile after seeing a sell-off for a few days, then that would be the target for price, would be previous day high, and would be this daily busy or SIBI right here, right? We'd be looking at that level. If we want to continue down like we've been doing the entire week, then we're looking for previous day low and for all these swing lows down here. Looking at the 4 hour, this is the 4 hour busy that we bounced from yesterday, right? We never fought through that 4 hour busy. We ended up pulling back pretty good. We're trading right around new day opening gap right now, and there's no other 4 hour imbalances until all the way above that daily imbalance. So nothing else on the 4 hour time frame. We do have a 4 hour busy right here. So we do want to see if we're going to close below or above that level going into that 10 a.m. candle. Right now we have very bearish structure on most of our time frames here. Let's go down to the hourly time frame. Hourly, we are in this big hourly bearish for value gap right here. Once we traded into that hourly, we grabbed external highs, and now we're looking pretty bearish. Right, we've got this low right here, which is going to be our Asia low at 21,200. It's going to be that Asia low right there. Besides that, not too much on the hourly time frame besides this imbalance and that previous day high up there, relative to equal highs, that previous day high. Not too much else here on the hourly that I really want, caring about too much. Let's go down to the 15. On the 15-minute time frame, we do want to look for a previous session liquidity, right? That's where we had that Asia low right there. Let's see, London low already just got taken out. We had London lows down here, and then we had our London highs, looks like up here. Yeah, London highs got swept right there by that wick. And Asia highs got swept. So we only have our Asia low left, and then we've got all of the sell side liquidity obviously down here. We've got an internal low down here at 21,121. Boom, right there. All right, so that's all of our previous session liquidity. Obviously, we can chart out our 15-minute range here. But what we're doing right now is we swept liquidity above, and now we got a break of structure down. We're looking to, price looks like it wants to come down right at market open. It almost looks like the same exact thing that we've seen for a while now, where we just start dumping at market open. And yesterday we had a little bit of chop before we dumped, but it's looking pretty similar. I just wanted to make sure we charted out NQ before the market opens here. Now we can obviously chart out ES here, but as the market opens, we're gonna go back over to NQ, and we'll just pay close attention to what ES is doing as well. But I'll just chart out that previous day low on ES. Chart out that previous day high. Boom, right there. Right, we're looking very, very, very bearish right now, guys. Previous day high. So actually on the daily, we do have a little bit of bullish SMT on the daily time frame. Right here with that swing low, we swept it on ES and we have not swept it on NQ. We're trading inside of a daily bullish for value gap here on ES and on NQ. So still could be a level that we bounce from if we are going to see that Wednesday reversal, right? That midweek reversal. We still want to look at that. And then we can just look at a few other levels on ES, but the market opens here in just under a minute. Let's see, we don't have that bullish for value gap on the 4 hour. Not too much else there. We do want to chart out that daily bearish for value gap just above. Right here, we got that daily SIBI. Boom. Daily SIBI right there. All right, and then we can look at previous session liquidity. All right, looks like we have that Asia low, same level here, 9 p.m. Asia low, so that's going to be a pretty big target right there. That previous session liquidity, it's our only previous session liquidity left. So yeah, guys, we look very bearish going into open right now. We're testing new week opening gap. We want to see some kind of structure, some kind of entry model for the shorts here. We did come up and sweep internal liquidity into a 5-minute SIBI, right? So, and now we're seeing a reaction off of that level. So we could see these shorts really step in from here. Looks like these shorts will probably start stepping in right at open again and at least come down for that Asia low, and then we'll see if we're going to get continuation after that. But let's see us come down for that Asia low right now. Ready making that move here. Right at open, right? They did not waste any time here. They did not waste any time right at open to start dumping in the market. NVIDIA actually opened pretty green here. NVIDIA is opening up almost 3%, which is very good. But we're already seeing this dump, right? We just took out that Asia low. A little bit of SMT, but ES is coming down for the Asia low. So let's see if we're going to continue to sell off like we have the past few days. Or if we're going to get a reaction off that 4-hour or after sweeping this Asia low. If this is going to be a manipulation, if we're going to come back up for buy side and try to trade into that daily bearish for value gap above. Again, we have to assume right now that we are going to keep selling off, but I do want to see if we're going to get some kind of midweek reversal. Just seeing how NVIDIA is opening over 3%, we could see price start to move up a little bit. But right now we have to assume the shorts, right? Just with what we've seen this week, we gotta assume that the shorts are going to be stepping in until we're proven otherwise, right? Until we're proven otherwise. Okay, so we got SMT at Asia low. Really strong pullback. Recovered this entire candle right here. Recovered that whole candle on that move. That whole move down. So this looks like a manipulation so far. Right, pretty long wick there with SMT divergence. We do have a 5-minute SIBI up above. So we're going to want to see some kind of, if the longs are going to step in at all, we're going to want to see some inversion. We do have a 5-minute bearish breaker up here. This lowest down close candle is going to be that 5-minute breaker. So a 5-minute unicorn actually. So that 5-minute bearish for value gap is going to be our unicorn for value gap. So kind of a pre-market level there. Right, so we actually did see a bearish GUI model with a unicorn there on the 5-minute. So shorts still look pretty good here. Shorts still look pretty good. But we're kind of, again, these candles right here, first 3 candles in the market have all moved about 190 ticks. Down, up, back down, right? So pretty volatile here. You know, I obviously am going to be looking for a trade a little bit quicker, right? Because of what we've seen. We've been seeing the moves happen pretty quick this past 2 weeks. So I'm going to be looking for that move a little bit quicker. It does not mean I'm going to take a bad trade or force an entry. Still need to see A+ setups here. The A+ setup was pre-market though. Right here, that 5-minute unicorn and GUI model was actually kind of a pre-market play right there. Going into market open. Typically, I don't like to take trades pre-market. Every once in a while, I will take a pre-market trade. Just depends on the setup. Yeah, exactly, Deep. Pretty wild, right? Pretty wild volatility here to start. Pretty big volatility. Let's just check out our news real quick, guys. Again, it's a really light news week this week, so we just have crude oil. We have new home sales and crude oil inventory 10 and 10:30. President Trump is speaking. I'm not sure exactly what time that's at, but we'll be looking for that news at 10 and 10:30. I want to look for a trade setup before that. Right now, we're just kind of chilling in this level here. Still holding that bullish SMT, but I would expect ES to come down and sweep that Asia low soon. If we don't sweep it and we come up and inverse this breaker, inverse that unicorn, that's when I would be looking for longs. As of right now, still looking for shorts at the moment. Still looking for shorts, but I want to see if we're going to offer any good entry models here. All right, so we're right around opening price, right around that new day opening gap. We do have this 1 minute bearish order block. We're respecting that right now. Right here, those two up close candles would be that bearish order block on the 1 minute time frame. Traded back, tapped into that order block. Seeing a reaction off of it, but right now, there's not too much going on. Or that was a 2 minute order block. Right now, we just look very bearish, but there's not really an entry model here unless we got the entry up there. As of right now, I don't really see an entry model yet. So I'm waiting to see if we can get an entry model. And just staying patient, looking to be aggressive, but also staying patient, making sure that we are not forcing a trade too early, before the move happens. All right, so we're still holding that SMT down here. Still holding that SMT. Yeah, we inversed that 5 minute. We didn't get displacement below that, but we didn't inverse that 5 minute busy. All right, but so far no displacement, and we're still holding SMT. We do have a 5 minute bearish order block here. 5 minute bearish order block right here. We just came back up. We haven't tested it yet. We're obviously going to be holding this bearish structure right now. But this is kind of similar to yesterday, right? Where we kind of just ranged for about the first 15 minutes and then we had our breakout. We might see something similar today. All right, we kind of had a range just like this yesterday where we're just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then we broke out to the shorts. So let's see if we're going to come up and test this order block, give another entry model. These shorts are going to step in down to that 4 hour, down to that previous day low. Right now, the VIX is actually turning bearish here, right? The VIX is turning bearish for the first time I've seen in a while. NVIDIA is up almost 3%. Right, so whenever I see the VIX start to turn bearish a little bit, I would not be surprised if price wanted to come back up. Right, if we wanted to come up and grab buy-side liquidity here and get some recovery on a Wednesday, right? I would not be surprised if these longs want to step in, especially after holding this SMT. If we were to get some kind of reversal, I think that could very well happen here. I think we could very easily come up for buy-side liquidity, come up to that previous day high. Well, you say it's bullish SMT, NQ sweeps 15-minute OB, and ES hasn't. You could consider that. You could maybe consider that SMT. That's not something that I would think of right off, like for proper SMT, but you can still consider that SMT. It's still a discrepancy in price. It's still a divergence in price. So here's that reversal I was talking about, guys. If we inverse this 5-minute unicorn, I think these longs will start stepping in. I think we will head up for a previous day high. I think we might actually have a more bullish day this morning. If we do get that inversion after seeing the VIX start to turn bearish. Now the VIX is down 1%. NVIDIA is pumping pretty good. So I think these longs have a good chance of stepping in here. But what we do need to see is inversion of that 5-minute unicorn fair value gap in a push above this breaker. Right, but if we start to initiate this reversal, I really think these longs will step in. I think we'll see a pretty good pump up to the high and probably up to previous day high. See what other internal liquidity we have over here. We got a lot of low resistance liquidity up there on the 1 minute. Okay, so we just tapped into a 1 minute fair value gap there. I'm still waiting for us to close above this 5 minute. I would still want to see us close above this 5-minute unicorn here in about 30 seconds. And then I would be looking for a long position. I'd be looking for these longs to step in. all the way up to those highs and eventually to previous day high. If we see this actual reversal model, we're creating a 1 minute bullish breaker here. Right, low, high, lower, low, displacement of the highs. If we get inversion and a bullish breaker, I'd really, really, really be looking for these longs here. We're still not inversing that 5 minute though. But we did create a 1 minute bullish breaker. I just wanted to see us inverse that 5 minute unicorn fair value gap. Because again, we have been so bearish the past few days. Want to be careful, but right now we're really setting up for what looks like to me we're setting up for a good long right now. Right, VIX continues to dump. Most of our companies right now are pretty bullish. Looks like this could be a recovery day. Recovering some of those shorts that we've seen this whole week. Right, it's that classic Wednesday reversal, midweek reversal here. That's what I'm expecting right now after seeing this manipulation down, seeing that SMT at the lows. We're starting to get a reversal pattern on the 1 minute here. But I want to see 5 minute confirmation, and then we might need to wait for this 15 minute opening range. We also have a 15 minute fair value gap up here, 15 minute bearish breaker. So we want to be mindful of that because right now we could still head back down. We're still respecting a bearish unicorn. I'm not going to trust the 1 minute time frame right now. I really need to see the 5 minute, and I want to see the 15 minute. So let's see if we can start pushing through. All right, I'd be looking for probably looking for a 15 minute opening range breakout trade. Right, because we're gonna see where this 5 minute closes. We're gonna see where this 15 minute closes. If we break out, if we do inverse that 5 minute unicorn fair value gap. But right now, I'm not gonna take an entry right now while we're reacting out of that unicorn, and while we're just in a 1 minute busy. That's not enough confirmation for me right now. With the kind of manipulation we've seen in the market the past 2 weeks, we could easily see this one manipulate back down for 100 plus ticks before pumping. So I want to make sure we're getting inversion. I want to make sure we're pushing through our bearish levels before taking a long position. Right now we're coming right back down and trying to inverse this entire 1 minute. Looks like we might inverse that whole 1 minute. So we're still kind of just stuck in this range right now. Still kind of just stuck in this range. Yeah, so we just came up. We grabbed internal liquidity into that 5 minute unicorn, and now we're getting 1 minute bearish inversion here. So no, that's why we wait for inversion on the 5 minute time frame before looking for any trades. Deep, it looks like he was... It looks like that entry was probably based around SMT. Probably based around the Wednesday reversal model. No, yeah, if it wicks through, Seabreezy, good question. A wick through does not invalidate a level. It means it's, like, if it's an imbalance, it means it's filled the imbalance, but it does not invalidate it until it's closed above or below with the body of the candle. Okay, so now we have this bearish GUI model, but I'm still not completely convinced in the shorts yet. With seeing the way the VIX has gone red, seeing the way our indices are all green, a lot of our companies are pretty bullish right now. Right, I'm still going to wait. Right now, I want to wait for that 15-minute opening range here. And I'm not convinced that these shorts are going to step in right now. I still think that the longs have a good chance of stepping in. We'll see here what happens. This is our 15-minute orb. Down here, and our 15-minute orb high is going to be up here. All right, so we got our 15-minute opening range. Levels, pretty decent range here. All right, we're looking at like a 338 tick range for our 15-minute opening range candle. So right now we do have this balanced price range here, which typically would tell me bearish, bearish, bearish after grabbing liquidity up here, trading out of the 5-minute unicorn, getting a BPR. But right now I'm not completely convinced with that SMT at the lows. With the way this market's looking, I think there's a strong possibility we break out above. We'll see what happens here now that we have this opening range candle. We're going to want to look for an opening range breakout. Right now we are holding this bearish structure out of this BPR. So we might see these shorts come down from there. Maybe sweep liquidity one more time down here. And if we do see the shorts really break out, that's when we'll be looking for the shorts down to previous day low. If we break out of that opening range, I don't really want to see that. Right now I want to see the shorts or the longs break out of the opening range high. Yeah, see Breezy. So with a wick, it does not invalidate a level if it wicks through. It's only invalidating it if it gets a close above or a close below with the body of the candle. All right, so we're just kind of chilling right in the middle of this opening range right now. We just looked like we just inversed that 1-minute SIBI. Doesn't really matter here. Still in that IFEG. Still stuck in this range. So I'm really going to wait right now for a breakout of this opening range. I'm going to wait for a breakout of this opening range right now for a trade. Need to wait for the market to give us a clear direction, right? Right now, we're just ranging. We need to see good, clear direction. We need to be observant. We need to be patient. Wait before we execute. See how we're looking. VIX is down about at 1%. Almost every company in the top 7 is green right now except for Apple and Google. Apple's down bad. But Nvidia is up almost 3%. So we're seeing some good bullish sentiment. Right now, the market's just not following through up. It's looking pretty choppy here. Yeah, exactly, Justin. That's what I'm expecting right now. I want to see a rebalance in this market, and that's why I've been waiting for these longs to step in. Waiting for us to get a breakout of this opening range here. That's what I'm expecting right now. I really want to see us fight through this, get inversion of that 5-minute unicorn fair value gap, break out of this opening range high. I really want to see the long step in from here. But I'm not going to take a trade until I see us actually break out of that range. Not while we're just consolidating, because this is like a 300 tick plus range, right? So I don't want to take a trade in the middle while we're going back and forth, up and down. I want to see us break out. We still have a 5-minute unicorn, so we still need to fight through that level for these longs. Okay, so we're starting to fight through right here. Let's see. We got a little SMT, though. A little SMT. So I'm going to wait for us to break out. 2 minutes until the 5-minute closes. Now, I'll look for a more aggressive entry if we start pushing through that opening range high here. Because ES is absolutely pumping. But I still don't want to take the entry. And as long as we're holding this SMT at the highs, I'm not going to take the entry. I need to see us actually break out here. Still holding SMT. Still getting a reaction out of that 5-minute unicorn. So no entry as of right now. We're still ranging. Just waiting for us to break out. Yeah, this could be a level that we really struggled to break through here. Being that 50% level. I like what ES is doing over there. I think NQ is going to start following. I want to see NQ break through this opening range, and I'm going to look for a trade once we break through this. We're holding a lot of SMT that I don't love, but I'm really liking these longs here. So right when we break through that high, I'm going to look for a long. especially if we get this 5 minute to close above. This 5 minute can close above this 5 minute bearish unicorn fair value gap on the 5, then we're good. I'm going to look for a long here, guys. I'm going to look for a long. Aggressive since we haven't closed above yet, but seeing what ES is doing over there, I think these longs are going to try to break out pretty soon. I think these longs will break out pretty soon, obviously, since it's at the very top. Not going to have a great place for a stop loss, but I want to see we got that divergence or that inversion here. So this is aggressive entry here, right? Because my stop loss is going to have to be higher, obviously, with a higher entry, but this is an opening range breakout trade. We broke out of the opening range. We inversed the 5 minute SIBI, 5 minute unicorn fair value gap. We got displacement above the highs, so that's why I'm willing to take this trade right now with a lot higher of an entry. Right, and if it still wants to pull back, then that's fine. But I want to see this one break out right now. I want to see this one break out. Again, what we've seen in the market the past 2 weeks, these aggressive entries are the ones that are typically working out. I want to see us really react off that 5 minute inverse here. We obviously have SMT and we still have the breaker block. We're going to need to fight through it. But I want to see us respect that IFEG on the 5 minute and break out of this opening range. If we don't break out, then we'll have to wait for a different entry. But I want to see us really react. We have a 5 minute order block, a 5 minute IFEG. We're absolutely pumping on ES. So it just depends if NQ is going to see some crazy manipulation back down here. I'd really want to see this one start to break out. We're above VWAP. We closed above the opening range. We have a 5 minute order block. We have a 5 minute IFEG. Very bullish sentiment here. Let's see if NQ really wants to start pumping or if it's going to continue to range like we've seen. If we pump through again, I might add into a few more contracts here because I really like the longs. Just don't want to see any too crazy of manipulation here. I'm going to add into 2 more cons here, guys, but I'm going to keep my other 2 cons stop loss just below that little area right here, below that 1 minute order block. I'm really looking for this one to break out here. Really looking for this one to break out with some momentum. Oh, I would look for a first TP up at this swing high up here, guys, at 21,332.50. That would be my first TP level, and then I'd be looking to hold all the way to previous day high. Let's see if we really get this breakout right now. Everything right now tells me breakout, breakout, breakout. All right, that's a pretty good pump. Pretty good pump so far. Again, you guys can always feel free to take TP whenever you want, to move your stop loss to break even whenever you want, but I'm liking these longs a lot here, guys. Liking these longs a lot. I'm going to keep holding this one. We do have some more SMT up there. Be mindful of that SMT. But I want to see this one break out to those highs. We still have to fight through some 5 minute imbalances. We still have to fight through this 15 minute imbalance, so we could see some reaction here, especially after getting SMT. We could see a reaction back down, but I still want to see these longs really step in right now. But if you want to manage your risk, you know, you can manage it a lot tighter. Whenever we see SMT like that, we do want to be a little bit more careful. But ultimately, we still look very bullish. The VIX is down almost 4% right now. NVIDIA is up over 3.5%, or around 3.5%. Right, we have our opening range breakout, so we need to see this level hold right now. And I want to see us really come up for those highs. And eventually, I want to see us go up and take out that previous day high. So we're getting a little bit of stalling here, some little bit of pullback. What we do have is some bullish breakers, though. We do have a bullish breaker on the 1 minute. Obviously, whenever we trade into a 5 minute SIBI, a 15 minute SIBI, and get SMT, we're going to see a reaction back down. Doesn't mean that I think we're going to reverse, but we're still going to see some kind of reaction there. So we want to see us really fight through this 15 minute right now. Really, really fight through this 15 minute going into this new hour, because we do have orange folder news coming out at 10 a.m. So we're going to want to see us really fight through this 15 minute fair value gap, get it close above. That way we can move our stop loss to break even before that news comes out, right? Just to cover our risk here. It's orange folder, so I'm not too worried about it. Here we go. Let's see if these longs can really step in, guys. See if these longs can step in. Again, I'm looking for like a 220 plus tick stop loss or a TP. If you guys want to take a TP before that, you can obviously do that. We've hit over 112 ticks so far. There we go. That's about 130 ticks on this move. I want to see these longs really step in here. I want to see us inverse that 15-minute. I want to see us go hit that TP level. I'm looking for these longs to really, really, really go. Let's see that high get taken, 21,332.50. That's where I want to take my first TP. Again, once we close on the new hour, once we go back to the new hour, that's when I would, or once we, like in 5 minutes, if we do continue to pump here, right, that's when I would end up moving my stop to break even. We still need to see us inverse that 15-minute. We still need to see some inversion of some 5-minute levels. We did inverse that 5-minute SIBI, which is really good. We closed above the 5-minute breaker, so now we need to see us inverse the 15-minute. If we can inverse that 15-minute, then I don't think there's much holding us back. I think we'll go up for that high, and I think eventually we will go take out that previous day high. So we just need to see this level hold right now. We got to see these longs continue here. Obviously, we might get a little bit of chop and stalling leading into the new hour. Right now, this SMT is holding us down a lot. We're getting a lot of manipulation here. Some really high volatility movement here. Really high volatility movement. Do not want to see us manipulate all the way back down below VWAP. Really want to see this level hold us up right now. Yeah, exactly. It's that pre-news chop here. We have like 4 minutes until news. I still want to see this bullish momentum. I still want to see this bullish structure. I don't want to see super aggressive down close candles here with full body like this one right now. Do not want to see this. I want to see that 5-minute hold. I want to see that opening range level hold. We got the 5-minute IFEG there, 5-minute IFEG here. It's that 15-minute SIBI and that SMT and that pre-news PA that's kind of holding us down a little bit. But we're still holding bullish structure. It's just the only thing that could happen here is some crazy manipulation pre-news that comes back down before the news comes out and then ends up pumping, right? If that happens, then I would just wait. I'd wait for the news and then I'd look for a re-entry going into that news. So pretty crazy manipulation back down right now. We're really, really trying to test out VWAP, test out that 5-minute IFEG. Coming down near my stop loss. Again, I'm not worried. I've got some tight risk with those two cons. And we have to expect some kind of manipulation. Obviously, we have the A+++++ setup here. So no matter what, really, 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 really like this entry. And that's why I'm still holding it right now. Because I still think these longs are going to go. It's just this pre-market chop right now. Or this pre-news kind of manipulation that we're seeing. So I do want to see if this level is going to hold. Right now, obviously, we're right around break even. If you wanted to cut it, you could cut it. We're coming all the way back down. If we take out my stop, we take out my stop. But I still really, really love these longs overall. I'm going to keep on holding this. We'll see what kind of manipulation we get with the news. And if you don't want to hold through news, you don't have to hold. But I'm going to keep holding this trade. We have a 1-minute SIBI here, so we do want to see us fight through this 1-minute SIBI right now. Since we are seeing such a strong reaction off this 15-minute, we need to see us start inversing some bearish levels, right? Disrespecting bearish order flow here. If we can push through this 1 minute and close above that 15-minute SIBI, then this trade will be absolutely perfect. We need to see us fight through this 1-minute SIBI and fight through that 15-minute SIBI here going into the new hour for this trade to get continuation above. We're obviously still holding very strong bullish order flow, which is why I'm still holding this trade. Even through that manipulation, we are still extremely bullish here. So we got the inversion of the 1 minute. Now we need to see us close above that 15-minute going into this new hour. Need to see us push up to that 21,332.50 level. But whenever we have news like this, you know, going into this 10 a.m. candle, right, it would make me want to move my stop loss to break even, but I don't want to cut this trade too early. It is orange folder. I'm not 100% too worried about it. I think I want to see where this 15-minute candle closes. Because if this 15-minute candle closes above this Sibian with inversion, then I have no doubt that this one is going up to the highs. I mean, I think no matter what, we're going up to the highs, right? Just depends on when it's going to happen right now. So if you want to make it risk-free, you can move your stop loss to break even. If you want to take a TP, you could take a TP. We're back to around 100 ticks in profit, over 100 ticks in profit. Right, I really want to let this one play out because I think these longs look so good. I think the structure looks extremely good right now. We have our entry model. Okay, so volatility. Be careful right now. Be careful with this news. We could see a crazy manipulation down right now. So just be aware of that. This is looking pretty volatile right now. I'm not liking how volatile it is, but I still like this bullish structure. So let's see if this one's really going to manipulate all the way down. I want to see us hold up this BPR right now. Now, we did an inverse that 15-minute. We got very close, but we still look extremely bullish here. So it just depends, guys. If you don't like the manipulation, if you don't like the volatility, you can always move your stop to break even. You can always take a TP. I want to hold this one because I have so much conviction in these longs. It just depends what this news is going to do right now, right? What kind of reaction we're going to see from this news. It's obviously very volatile, so I understand if you don't want to hold on to this trade. I just want to see these longs go. I want to see these longs go right now. Obviously, we have that SMT still, but I still think these longs are going to try to take out that high. I still think these longs are going to go to previous day high. We're seeing a lot of struggle here. I mean, we've hit over 160 ticks. Right now, we are really not pushing through that 15-minute. But I still want to see us go just run right through that. I want to see us run right through that high. Let's see if we're going to keep wicking. I just want to see us hold up this bullish structure right now. I don't want to see us inverse any bullish levels. I don't want to see a crazy reversal, inversion. Right now, this one's tough right now because every time it looks like it's going to inverse, we're still holding up this bullish structure. All right, obviously, we're just kind of stalling. We're just kind of chopping. So we'll see here. No matter what happens on this trade, this is the highest conviction I've had on a trade in a few days, right? This is by far the highest conviction I've had in a trade. And the cleanest entry that I've seen, right? Just all around, all the different confluences here, daily bias, all of that looks so clean, and that's why you still see me holding. Obviously, when we see this chop in this kind of stalling, definitely doesn't make it too fun of a trade to keep holding, but I'm going to keep holding because of my conviction. Just waiting for us to break out. All right, and again, guys, we're over 100 ticks in profit, so you can always take your TP. The reason I'm not doing that yet is I don't want to move my stop loss to break even right now because it's too close. With this volatility, we could still come back down, but my stop losses are at really good levels right now. And that's why I'm still holding this without moving my stops at the moment. Let's see if we can actually fight through right now and go grab our first TP. Again, that first TP is at 21,332.50. You can always snag a TP if you want already. I'm holding through right now. I want to see a strong displacement candle right now in this 1 minute. See some follow through. That's a good full body candle we're seeing right now. We just got to see if it's going to get continuation. ES is pumping. This one's looking really, really, really good. We just got to see that continuation, that follow through. We don't want to see a super long wick back down. Let's see us pump. Let's see us pump here. And once we take out that high, that's when I will move my stop loss to break even. And that's when I'm holding the previous day high, all the way at 21,397.50. Let's see us go. Again, you guys could take a TP. You guys can take a TP here. We've hit, again, over 170 ticks right now. I mean, I might even think about just snagging a TP. It's a little too late for that. But I still like this structure. We're just really struggling to get that full-on breakout right now. Really struggling to get that full-on breakout. We really need to see a continuation here. We need to see this 5-minute right now. I want to see a strong close here on this 5-minute. Looks like we're going to get a weak close on the 5-minute there. Not the best close on the 5-minute, but we're still holding bullish structure. We're still reacting out of our IFEGs. We're really like reacting off this 15-minute order block right now. In that SMT. Let's look here. The VIX is down almost 4.5%. All of our companies are green right now except for Apple. So everything looks bullish right now, guys. And that's why I'm still holding this. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. It will not be easy, that's for sure. But I still think these longs are going to go. It just depends on what kind of manipulation are we going to see in this market. All right, are we going to continue to hold the structure, or are we going to get some insane manipulation? Because this is a struggle right now. This is a struggle for NQ to break. We're still holding this 1-minute IFEG, or this balanced price range here on the 1-minute. Just this manipulation we've been seeing is pretty gnarly, guys. Pretty gnarly. So, again, another strong manipulation back down. Well, I'm hoping it's manipulation right now. That's what it looks like to me. I would still expect this to be manipulation. We don't want to see us really come down and get crazy inversion right now. That's what it's kind of trying to do here. Yeah, so these moves have been pretty wild. Pretty wild moves here in the market. Even after looking like we're about to completely break out, we still come all the way back down. That's the tricky part about this market, right? The manipulation has been absolutely insane. We are coming all the way back down here. All the way back down. And still holding this right now. Still holding this, but I don't like that inversion candle on the 1-minute. That tells me we might manipulate down even further. We might manipulate down even further here. We're right around break even again. Right around break even again. This is absolutely gnarly price action right now, guys. Gnarly price action here. If you're able to hold this, then you'll be able to hold on to most trades. This is a tough hold right now, guys. This is a very tough hold. But we just made another higher low. We reacted off of VWAP again. And we're still heading back up. That's why you still see me holding this right now. See if we can finally break. Are we finally going to break out of this little range up to the highs? That would be real nice. That would be real nice here. If we wick above this level and start coming back down, then I will just end up taking a TP. All right, but I really want to see this break. Man, every time we come back up, looks like we have a ton of bullish momentum. Looks like we're really gonna fall through, really break out. We end up just kind of wicking back down, moving back down to the lows. Yeah, exactly. 50-point manipulation is absolutely insane. And that's why I haven't moved my stop losses yet, because we're getting 50-point manipulation. It's absurd. And right now, on the 1-minute, the 1-minute time frame makes absolutely no sense, right? The 1-minute is not, it's not following through on any levels whatsoever, right? And that's why I don't really care about this 1-minute right now. What I care about is the 5-minute and the 15-minute. As long as the 5-minute is respecting this IFEG and this IFEG down here, as long as this 15-minute is trying to inverse this imbalance here, then I still like the trade. If you just stared at the 1 minute, then again, yeah, it shows that it's low probability at the moment. But if you stare at this 1 minute, you would probably have gotten out of this trade already. Right, if you were just staring at the 1 minute time frame, you would have been manipulated out a few different times. But because I see our 5 minute and 15 minute structure, and overall we have our bullish daily bias right now, I'm still going to keep holding this. Again, everything is bullish. Everything is bullish. The VIX is bearish. We are green across the board, so we just have to wait for this breakout. Once the breakout happens, I think we're going to head all the way up to previous day high and probably further than that. Let's see if this is the break. Let's see if we're going to chop one more time back down or if we're actually going to break. We have about 5 minutes till the 15-minute candle closes, so we need to see this 15-minute get inversed here. We need to see displacement above these highs for that next move, for that continuation. We want to see a good close on the 5 minute. Man, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. I'm holding with diamond hands right now. Guys, just remember, how many times have I said you can take a TP? How many times have I said you can move your stop to break even? Right? So play this according to your plan, according to your strategy, your style. If you don't like the chop and, we hit 160 ticks, grab a TP, You don't have to hold. You could get out fully. So about 3 minutes here until the new 15-minute candle, until we close on the 15. ES is chopping upwards right now, looking very bullish. That's why I still really like these longs on NQ right now. Even with the SMT, I still really like the longs. Everything about this market right now tells me that we're going to break out. It's just about when this breakout's going to happen. Right, and I just have to wait for this breakout to happen. All right, we're getting close. We're getting a lot closer now. Getting much closer here. Boom. There we go, guys. There we go. There's first TP. Now I'm moving my stop loss to break even. Now I move my stop loss to break even, and I let this one ride. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Man, it's about time we caught a big dub. It's about time we caught a big dub there. That one felt very good. That's a 220-something tick TP. 223 tick TP right there. And now I'm going to keep holding. Obviously, we could still see this one come back down. But I'm holding all the way up to previous day high. I'm holding all the way up to previous day high now with my other two cons. I'm going to take another TP at previous day high. And I might even keep holding on longer than that with my last contract. That's to say if we actually break out. We still need to see inversion on the 15-minute. We still need to see the 15-minute inverse. And we need to see a displacement above these highs to create a bullish breaker on the 15-minute. If that happens, then I have no doubt that we're going to pump all the way to previous day high. If we come back down, then we might manipulate back down to my break even. No matter what, I'm very happy with my TP. I'm very happy with that trade. And if you held that, guys, props to you for having diamond hands. Like I said, this is probably the highest probability setup I've seen in terms of my conviction and confidence in a trade. Probably the most I've seen this entire week. And because I didn't move my stop loss too early, I held my risk, and I allowed this one to play out, we're able to see us actually go to TP, right? And that's what I had to do, was adjust my strategy a little bit, adjust my plan to come back today with a completely different mindset, right? That was my entire focus yesterday, was how am I going to come back, changing my strategy a little bit, changing my mindset. And for me, it was holding on to bigger risk, letting my trade play out, not moving my stop loss to break even too quick, and having complete conviction in my trade, right? Getting in early in the move, waiting for us to break, and then getting in right at the break, right? That's what I was waiting for. And I was able to stick to that plan this morning, and I'm very happy about that. And now I'm going to let this one play out, because if this one does play out up to where I think it's going to go, then that's pretty much going to erase a lot of my losses from this week. That'll erase almost all of my losses from this week if we go hit full TP. Then I'll pretty much get rid of all those losses. And again, we'll see if that happens right now. We still need to see inversion on the 15. We want to see a close above. We're about to get that inversion. We're not going to get the close above, but we're still seeing inversion of that 15 minute, which is really good. But we're also seeing like 50 plus point manipulation of this market, so we still could see this one manipulate like crazy down to my break even before pumping again. But obviously these longs still look very, very good right now. So I'm very happy about this. Very happy about this setup. Very happy about this trade, guys. Let's go, Johnny. Let's go. All right. You could also take a full TP up here if you wanted to. You could, and if you expect manipulation, you could always get a re-entry down lower. I'm going to keep holding on to this one right now. Just because we're holding this bullish structure. We got inversion of that 15 minute. Everything looks bullish right now. So I'm going to take my next TP at 21,397.50. Wait, is that previous day high? That's not even previous day high, actually. That is a internal high at 21,397.50. Previous day high is at 21,453.75. So I do think we're going to make it up there. But I will take another TP once we hit our next internal high at 21,397.50. So up here, that's where I'll look for another TP. And then I'd be looking for a full TP up at previous day high at 21,453. So we'll see if we have enough strength here to really keep pushing. I will keep holding on to this one. As long as we're holding bullish structure, I think that we will go take out previous day high. It just depends if we're going to get that manipulation back down or not. All right, so that's what it's looking like right now for my next TPs. All right, guys, can we get some W's in the chat though? We need to get some W's in the chat. It's been rough. We need some W's here. We need to get happy about this one. We need to be happy about this one. This is a great win here. This is a great win. Let's go, guys. Let's go. It's about time. Over 220 ticks right now. Let's go, guys. Good stuff. Good stuff. And I'm still holding this one for now. Let's go. Yes, sir, Daniel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, some big SMT at the highs right now. With ES sweeping previous day high, we could see a reaction back down. Just keep that in mind. We might see a reaction back down now that ES has taken out previous day high. I still want to see these longs go, though. I still like NQ longs. It just, whenever we see SMT like that, we got to expect some kind of movement back down, some kind of reaction. But again, now the VIX is down over 6%. Everything is still green. Meta's up 3%. Nvidia's up 3%. The only red stock in our top 7 is Apple right now. That's it. All of our indices are bullish. Well, now the Dow is going a little bit red. But overall, we're still looking very green here. It's just that SMT on the daily that I don't love. But as long as we hold this bullish structure, and if we get a 15-minute close above these highs, or even a 5-minute, we're going to have a bullish breaker here. And our entry is so low that I still think we have a really good chance of not getting stopped out at break even for this one to continue. We're creating a 5-minute breaker, creating a 15-minute breaker. These longs are still going right now. Let's go, Lamaya. Let's go. Yeah, so this one just hit 315 ticks, guys. 315 ticks. Very, very, very nice move here. Very nice move. I might actually trail one of my stop losses. I'm going to trail one of my stop losses into profit here. I'm going to put it at 311, 21,311 beneath that 1-minute order block. Because that would still, or actually I'm going to put it right beneath this 5-minute bullish breaker that we're forming. So at 21,309. And then I'll keep my other stop at break even right now. But again, I do want to manage my risk here. I do want to manage my risk just in case we do come back down a little bit. But I really think that we are heading up for that next internal high up here. Let's see on the 5 minute though. I want to look for 5 minute internal liquidity. That's a 1 minute level. I'm really liking these longs, guys. Really liking these longs right now. And I'll keep trailing that one stop loss as we keep moving up. If we do keep moving up here, I will keep trailing my stop loss. But right now we're creating a 5 minute bullish breaker here. All right, so now we have this 5 minute bullish breaker block, highest up close candle. I'm going to keep my stop loss below that for now, right? Just beneath that structure. Because even if we did come back and test that breaker, I'd want to see that breaker hold us up and see a continuation up. Right now, that's a really good displacement on the 5 minute. Very, very good displacement on the 5 minute here. Right, so this is silver bullet hour. So we want to see these 1 minute fair value gaps really be strong and hold us up for that continuation right now. So we just formed a 1 minute fair value gap. Let's see if it holds us and if we continue off of that level. Let's go, deep. Let's go, man. I love it. I love it, bro. I love it. Very nice. Thank you, Daniel. That means a lot, man. That means a lot to me. Yes, sir, Slick. Yes, sir. Yeah, like I said, this trade, if we do go up and hit our next TP and then hit that previous day high, then I would recover all of my losses from this week, which would be real nice. Which has been a decent amount of losses, right? I've been taking a decent amount of losses, so that's why risk management is everything, guys. If you can make back your losses from, you know, a decent amount of trades in one trade, that tells you that you're doing something right. That means you're doing something right. Thank you, Dooley. I'm going to go for the gap fill. What do you think? On the daily, that could very easily happen. That could very easily happen. I don't blame you, right? That's a very reasonable idea to see us fill that daily gap, right? But with our bearish sentiment in the market the past few weeks, I would be a little bit careful, but as long as the market continues to hold this bullish structure, I still think these longs are going to keep going. Right? So as long as if we trade up into that daily fair value gap and we still are just pumping right through it, you could keep holding, right? You could keep on holding. Let's see this next continuation up. I want to see us hit 21,397.50 here for my next TP. Longs are still running. Should be around 400. 386 ticks so far on this move. Very, very, very nice. Let's go, K-Swizz. That's what I'm talking about, man. 350K accounts passed. There we go. Let's go, Ty. Past 5 evals, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, Deep. Yes, man. Deep, I love your risk management, bro. I love your risk management. Right? You were able to scale in a little bit heavier today because we had such a good setup. Yesterday, you stayed small, but you're still able to catch a big move yesterday. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Let's go, Groovy. Payout. It's payout time for Groovy. Dude, the fact that even through these losses, even through these tough, past 2 weeks that you're still getting a payout is awesome, man. That just shows your risk management. That's amazing. That is truly amazing. All right, guys. So even if we do get some strong pullback, I would still want to see us respect this 5-minute breaker here. I know we still have that daily SMT, so we could see price pull back pretty aggressively at some point. But I'm still keeping my stop below that 5-minute breaker right now, just giving it room. And then this 15-minute will close in about 6 minutes. So we do want to see an inversion of this 15-minute SIBI up here. Right, and we do want to see a close above these highs for that continuation. But I still want to give this one some room for us to pull back into that breaker. Obviously, we might see some aggressive pullback, but that's why I trailed one of my stops into profit here. That's why I trailed one of my stops into profit, just in case we do get a crazy aggressive pullback. I'm still securing that profit. We're getting that aggressive pullback right now. This one looks like it almost wants to run right through the breaker here. We'll see if this 5-minute breaker holds us right now. This is a pretty aggressive move back down right now. All right, so I have my one trailing stop at 21,309. Right beneath that 5-minute bullish breaker. I want to see this breaker hold us, but whenever we have daily SMT and we see a super aggressive move back down, we have to be aware that we could see some crazy manipulation, right? And like when it doesn't even look that crazy, but that right there is almost a 50-point manipulation, right? We've been seeing a lot of 50-point manipulation moves here. So we'll see if this 5-minute breaker is going to hold us up. I would want to see it hold us up with this structure that we have. I would really want to see this 5-minute breaker hold us up right now. But we are reacting out of a 15-minute SIBI. We do have daily SMT. So let's see. Our structure is still extremely bullish. Let's go, Brian B. Let's go, Brian. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly, Savage. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Exactly, man. Exactly. We're going to go through rough patches. We're going to have rough trading weeks, rough trading days. As long as you're focused on the long term, everything will be all right. Right? That's why it's important. That's why during my struggling times in this market, I've been sizing down so much, guys. Right? I've been sizing down so much in my trading because I've understood that not only have the market conditions been hard to trade, but my trading was not where it needed to be, right? So whenever that's the case, I'm going to size down and manage my risk because I understand if I'm not trading good and the market is super volatile, then there's no reason to be going heavy and taking huge risks in the market, right? That's why I've been going super light, keeping super light risk, because that way I'm able to manage my losses much better. And that way, when I do see an A+ setup like we see here, I was able to scale in a little bit more on it, right? Then most of the losses I took, I was in 2 minis. And now I was able to scale into 4 minis on this trade because I really love the trade. And now I get to make back a lot of my losses because of that scaling, because of my risk management. That's what it's all about. That's smart, Deep. Yeah, get some food, man. Get some food. Yeah, we've been holding this one for a while. All right, so right now the 5-minute breaker's holding. We do want to see 15-minute inversion, or at least a 15-minute close above the highs. We do not want to see this one come back down and close below that breaker. And we don't want to see this 15-minute close below. We're seeing a long wick there right now. We really want to see the 15-minute get a decent close above these highs. It would be real nice to see an inversion of that 15-minute. Right now, it doesn't look like we want to inverse the 15-minute SIBI here. All right, this level right here is the 15-minute SIBI. So we want to see a close above this high right here to create this 15-minute bullish breaker. And we'll actually have a 15-minute unicorn right here as well. If we really want to see continuation right now, then we would look for inversion up here. Like I said, I don't think we're going to inverse that 15-minute right now. We have too long of a wick off that 15-minute SIBI. Really strong reaction back down with daily SMT. So at the moment, it looks like we do want to manipulate back down. That's fine. If it hits this stop loss, that's cool. Still securing profit. All right, so I just hit my trailing stop. So I have my other stop at break even here, but I just secured more profit with my trailing stop. And this one's coming back down aggressively, man, aggressively. But no matter what, we secured profit. We took a winning trade. Even if this one does stop me out at break even, I am still so happy with this trade, guys. So happy with this trade. No matter what happens here. So what we don't want to see is a close below the 5-minute breaker. If we do close below that 5-minute breaker, we're probably going to come back down and we would stop me out. If we can close inside of that 5-minute breaker or above, we'll still be okay. Right now, it looks like we're really trying to close below that level, which means we'll probably come down for my break even here. Right, that daily bearish SMT is really holding us down. That 15-minute bearish fair value gap is really holding us down. But no matter what, that's a trade I really wanted to hold because these longs are I still am bullish in the market. I still have a bullish bias as of right now. All right, the VIX is still down over 5%. Tesla just took a big hit. That's probably why we're seeing a big reaction back down right now. Does anybody know what happened to Tesla? because Tesla is now down almost 3%. So Tesla just took a huge hit. That's probably why we're seeing this big reaction back down. All right, so that just grabbed my break even. But no matter what, that was a beautiful trade. We secured the dub. I'm very happy about that trade, guys. That's what we needed right there. That's what we needed. A good trade. Over almost 400 ticks. Get a win under our belt this week. So yeah, I'm going to walk away now with that win. Not going to give my profits back. If I do, when I do trade again, I'll end up trading, probably some funded accounts or some eval accounts. Oh, my limit order, thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Just got rid of those. But yeah, guys, so we just came down and we closed below that breaker. Not really what we wanted to see. That 15-minute close is pretty gnarly. I do think whatever happened with Tesla really just shot us all the way back down there. Tesla went from being green to almost down like 3%. We also traded into some technical analysis levels. Right at that 15-minute SIBI right there. And we got daily SMT. Overall, I still have a bullish bias in this market. Right? I still think the longs will try to step in a previous day high. We're just going to see some pretty crazy manipulation. I mean, if this ends up being a manipulation move, that just manipulated almost 400 ticks, right? If this does end up being manipulation, that's a pretty gnarly manipulation move. All right, guys. Well, awesome day this morning. Hold on to those profits. Congrats to you guys that are getting payouts in that past your profit from accounts today. Yeah, just secure those profits. Hold on to them. Don't give them away. And then, yeah, I'll come back with trading some different accounts today. You got this, Johnny. You got this, man. You got this. All right, guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Justin. Let's do it, guys. All right. Well, you take it easy. Yeah, stay in the green. You guys take it easy until I talk to you next. I will see you soon. Of course, guys. Of course. Peace out, family. Peace out.